What do you do when your students are bored?
There must be some way to excite them and coax them back into learning, right?
Hey, what about inviting a special guest? Like a motivational speaker, or maybe someone famous. I bet that would interest them.
Hello and welcome to this first free web-based technology tech for your ESL Classroom. I'm Travis, and if you can't tell, we're going to be talking about a little bit of animation. There at the beginning, you were seeing some animation that I created with a tool called Acapela TV. It's a free web-based website. We're going to run you through how you could do that. But first, maybe why? Why would you want to do that? Well, Acapela is an animation generator, but it can also send things to email, so that could be a possibility. But really what I was seeing with this application is it would be great to get people excited about the classroom again. Often we're losing our students to various distractions, and I was thinking one day, wouldn't it be cool if we could get like an awesome guest speaker to come into the class? What about getting a famous person? And so when I first had this idea, I thought about inviting a famous leader from Korea, because I teach in Korea, or maybe Kim Yeona. And I thought, how could I do that? And I had this idea of moving the mouth of Kim Yeona, and I've actually done this with different software, but today we're using this free software. And while you can't choose who you invite, you can invite some pretty cool people. So that's one way you could use this software, and that's kind of how I got the idea. So the goal is to get some excitement by just showing something new and different to the students. And this is a tool that the teachers could use to introduce to the students at first, and then later maybe the students themselves could use it. Ultimately, what we're really trying to do is customize and make class a little bit more personal for each student, make it a little bit more exciting, because the words just don't jump off the page for everybody. For some people, structure works. For other people, being excited about creative and new ideas works. So hopefully this can steer some people in the right direction and get them pumped about learning again. With all the items in these first 5 videos, they are free, they're web-based, and you should get out there and try them for yourself. Get it working in your classroom. And if you have any ideas on how to use them other than what I'm saying, then please share them, because I would love to hear your ideas as well. So with that said, let's jump into an example, and I'll show you how to play with this, and then at the end I'll give you some ideas of what I'm thinking I would use this for and how I could utilize it in my class. Okay, so let's check it out here. We're going to go ahead and head over to Acapela TV, Acapela.tv, and once you get to their site, you'll see that they have quite a few options for the characters that you can invite to your classroom. We'll just scroll down here and take a look at a few. I mean, there's not a ton, but there's quite a few options here. Let's go ahead and invite Goldfish, Goldie. Now, obviously, this could be used with young kids really easily. I would think middle schoolers might shy away from it, but I think older students might get a kick out of it, actually. So it's really up to the teacher. Definitely it lends itself to younger kids, but it could be used with other ages as well. Use your imagination. I think the easiest way, or the way I would do it, is I would try to connect it to something that we're doing in class. And it's real easy to do. You could create a subplot to a story that you're reading already. For instance, maybe you're reading a story and the main character, this is his cousin's goldfish, and then present a new problem, present a little puzzle for the kids to solve, have them answer something that the character, or the goldfish, I guess, says to them. So let's go ahead and click here. It's pretty simple. Click here, and then it gives you a list of languages you can use. Some of them do not have English, so you'll have to poke around. I'm guessing this is the way their algorithm kind of lined up the mouth with the speech, and so that's why they have this language thing here. And then also probably that's how it changes the text into actual spoken word. So you can type in anything you want. There are some limits. It doesn't say it on here, but there are some limits as to how much you can type. So again, you'll have to experiment with that. But let's say, for example, we did have our character, and this is his cousin's goldfish. And we want to present a problem to the kids. We would introduce it and say, okay, the so-and-so character's cousin has a goldfish, but he's leaving for vacation, and the goldfish has a very big problem itself. Boy, this is very elaborate. I'd probably, on the fly here, I'm not doing too well, but I'd probably think it up a little bit better. So the goldfish has a problem of some sort. Let's go ahead and present a problem to the kids. Hey, and capital letters doesn't really matter. I am super hungry. What can you give me to eat? Unfortunately, it doesn't change a voice when you put question marks and the like, so the voice will be a little bit the same. Another thing that kind of worries me is the speed of the speech. Would ESL learners be able to deal with it, especially younger learners? I think they might entertain it even if it was difficult, just because it's cool and it would get their attention. So you go ahead and type stuff in like this, and then you press OK. And this one in particular asks us, what size of fish do we want? We could have a giant fish or a small fish. And all of the, not all of them, but some of the people, some of the animals, some of the characters you can choose have little settings that you can change. And you might have noticed at the beginning how the cloud got bigger and smaller. So this one lets us change the size of the fish. That's pretty cool. And then we just press next. And it'll take a second for it to think. It's pretty quick, though.
Hey, I am super hungry. What can you give me to eat?
So that fish, in case you couldn't hear it very well because I have my mic plugged in, the voice is not too user-friendly for an ESL learner. I probably wouldn't use that one, even though it is cute. But, like I said, you got to poke around and find what's best. Overall, I think this resource is a great way to incorporate digital tools and resources so that the kids might themselves eventually become creative with it. Like I said, I would introduce it first by maybe connecting it to a story or something we're already learning, a little subplot. And then later, I would let them, go on their own. Maybe they could pose questions to each other and send it, because you can share the fun, as it says. You can send it via email and other things. It'd be a great activity for homework, have one kid create a question for another kid, send it to each other, and then they answer in written form and bring it in as homework. Or there's just a load of different options you could do. Some of the characters you can actually do a back and forth where one character talks and the other character talks. There are a few of them that do that. So really, sky's the limit. I can see it, like I said, this working with younger learners, but it's up to the teacher. You could get older learners perhaps interested in this kind of thing. I mean, you just have to really be in it to win it yourself. So that's our first resource, and I hope you'll check out the next 2, 3, 4, and 5, the next batch of videos that are coming up, because we have some other ideas. Again, comment, like, and share on this video. Especially comment if you have any other ideas on how to use this, or if you have another resource that's similar but better. I'd totally appreciate it, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.